Okay, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. A link will be in the description box below as usual. Now, this video is entitled Why They Have to Protect Trump. It's all image. It's all imagery. It's all you have to keep the image positive. And I'm gonna get into that on this. First of all, people have to protect him because he's the president of the United States of America. And being in that position means he's the face of the United States of America domestically and globally. So even if you don't agree with the things he does, you have to respect the office. And even if you don't respect the man in the office, it's not a monarchy. You know he's not going to be there forever, but you just got to you got to suck it up. I mean, some of you voted for him and maybe y'all not happy with what you got. That's your fault. I didn't vote for him. I'm not going to lie. I voted for Hillary. For a different reason, but that's who I voted for. For the people who didn't vote at all and they got complaints, like I said a few other times, you got nothing to complain about. You didn't vote. Shut up. So in that part, that's why you got to protect Trump, because he's the face of the country. Now, the other parts of it that intrigue me. One of the reasons you have to protect him is because of the slogan, Making America Great Again, which was how part of his slogan to become president, right? And for some people, that was just a slogan, a rallying cry. For other people, that was a dog whistle. And kind of bringing back the good old boy system of America where, the good old boys run things and everybody else can get the crumbs, right? Now, the problem with that, people love the ideology, especially the people that voted for him. They love that idea of it. And then some people just have conservative values, and they wanted somebody who is an outsider of the system, right? To shake things up. But the problem that these people are stuck with when they have to protect him is he represents you and your ideology, and at this particular point he represents incompetence, and you can't concede that you may be of the silent majority that's incompetent, that's immature, that's childish, that's focused on the frivolous things and not the big picture, and it's really not about solutions or fixing anything. And now, because it makes you look bad, when that other people could say, look, I told you so, this guy should have never been in this situation to begin with, but you wanted something new or something old, or a certain energy, a certain dynamic, a demographic in the White House, and this includes the Senate and the House of Representatives, the whole Congress, because it's not really a Republican thing, but because Republicans run the House and the Senate, and he's a Republican president, and they did all of this obstruction before he got in the White House, and now he's in the White House, and they have all of this just rampant silliness. It makes the people who wanted this look so stupid that they have no choice but to ride this out. Like we've seen this before. You could say liberals roll with Obama too far, and you could say conservatives roll with George Bush too far. But what you can't say about those two in particular is that their loyalty to them wasn't questioned this fast. Like you didn't have to do this much damage control on a regular basis this fast. You know, you could say with Bush, everything kind of crumbled with after 9/11. That can be said, you know, because nobody was tripping about the Bush tax cuts. Just being honest, right? It was the war that really, Enron and stuff like that. You know, Katrina, that was his unraveling. Obama, the fact that he wasn't getting credit for the things he did, but his unraveling was probably catering to the LGBT community far too much, and constantly being and catering to communities and demographics that constantly disrespected him, which made him look weak. But he handled himself in a presidential manner, but you know, that's a negative, I would say. So, but the thing about having to protect Trump is part of that same issue. But the problem is he's not focused on politics. He's not focused on the country. He's not focused on the economy, because the way he's portraying himself and the way the media is portraying him is somebody you have to clean up his mess every day. And that, going back to the image of white men in particular in the good old boy system, that's really putting a huge hole in the idea that white men are competent to run societies. Because, you know, first you think about the Brexit thing in the UE or EU. I forget it. I'm sorry, y'all. But first you think about Brexit, now you think about this presidency, and you're starting to look at rampant incompetence. And you don't see any kind of intelligence nowhere to be found. And there's nothing that you can hang your hat on and say, yeah, I can see this going in the right direction. You know, the family situation, the political situation, the investigation situations, the musical chairs of people around him on a constant basis situation, like everything that even he threw on Obama, he's been that plus some. And globally, it makes white men look like everything that other people have been saying that they were for a very long time. Is they've inherited power with no sense of how to wield it properly. They're just petulant, powerful children. Like, I hate to say this, but the same way we might view other countries' leaders as, you know, petulant and incompetent, that's basically what just happened in this country, and that's basically what America is looking like. And so now you have to protect the image of white powerful men. And to make it worse, you have all these cases. You know, it was Bill O'Reilly. It was you know, even Rudy Giuliani was having his family issues, and Rush Limbaugh. Now Harvey Weinstein. Now somebody coming after that, and in these constant, not just the police brutality situations, but these constant viral situations of white men just, you know, the Bundy type situations, and the constant hypocrisy that is unfolding in America because of the technology information age. That nobody, when this is done, is really going to have a hold a high regard for white male leadership. So, and you have to steadfast and stand strong and protect the name of the president and what he represents, because part of what he represent was, representing the good old boy system. And you can see that with even the NFL protests. 1 minute he said, they should fire these guys, and everybody cheered, and he called them SOBs. Right, that really threw you off. And then the very next minute, it was a situation where the owners did exactly what he said. Exactly what he said. And now people are stuck in that ideology that, all these guys are on the same page. They're all doing the same thing. They're all the same type of person. Okay, I get it now. But, and then when the players still buck the system, it's like, what you gonna do? Nothing. Because, now you're putting out publicly that, money is power in America, but at the same time, power is power too. It's like, what are you gonna do? And a lot of guys are looked at as like, you're just old grumpy men who really don't have the intestinal fortitude to actually stand up for what you really believe in. You're just using your platform and your bank account to work for you, because you would never do this for yourself, because you've inherited this. You didn't earn this. So, and it really throws a monkey wrench in masculinity, because think about it. Globally, when you think about American and Western society, Australia, the UK, and America have this problem with feminism. Everybody else doesn't. And because of that alone, it looks suspect. Like, all these men, they losing it, And then you go to the idea that now they're losing it. Now they're looked at as like, these guys ain't got what it takes. Look at them. They can't control their women. They can't control their children. They're losing it. The blacks, they keep saying the blacks are taking over, No matter what goes on, they're just losing their grip. The Chinese have become a superpower, and it seems like the economy's in shambles, and now the kingdom is falling. And all they can do right now is just save face and hold the image that, no, it's not. We're going to return to greatness, because, that's what we're made of. That's what we are born as, great. And at this particular point, it's not looking like that. As a matter of fact, it's looking like the opposite. It's looking like you've been standing on the shoulders of your fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers, successes, whether they were legit or illegitimate, to the point where you fell off. And to live in that space is something you really don't want to do. And you can tell it because it seems like cats are just cracking up left and right. Just cracking up all of these rallies and parades and outbursts and heroin epidemic and all of this hypocrisy. 1 minute, is what about Chicago? The next minute, them shootouts didn't really count. 1 minute, all these guys are misogynistic. The next minute, you another guy gets caught, the white guy gets called, let's sweep it under the rug. And the blatant hypocrisy is to the point where it's a snowball effect where everything is just coming out every day. And you have to protect Trump because in a sense he's the face of this. And if you can't protect the face of this type of ideology and this type of circumstance, then you can't protect anybody else. So that's just my political thought on this thing. Political, cultural, whatever you want to call it. We out.